Yes, guys, how's it going? Emmett here, back in another video. And today you're watching because you want to see how to actually win in business, how to actually provide a valuable service and solve problems that are going to justify you making obviously the money that you want to make. And it's not necessarily just about money, but to go off and actually do the things that you want to do and achieve the things that you want to achieve within your life and within your business or within your service. And I think to actually start talking about business and about value, first of all, we have to understand exactly what those things are. And the start of this video is a little different to some of the other ones that I've done. If you've watched my past content, you know that I'll normally jump onto the laptop and I'll take you through step by step about everything that you can do. But I really think I need to lay the land a little bit first before I go into that. And the first thing that I would want everyone to understand is if you want to get good at business and you want to get good at providing a service, first of all, you have to understand what business actually is. And the answer to that question is something that most people get wrong. They think it's about making money, they think it's about helping people, they think it's about selling this or selling that or buying this. The answer to what is business is that business is just about solving problems. Excuse me. Elon Musk once said, "You get paid in proportion to the difficulty of the problems that you solve." And if it's the richest man on the planet giving you a lesson in business and how to actually do well in that field, it's something you're going to want to listen to. I'm not saying you should just listen to someone because they've made money, but at the end of the day, he is on top of the game. He's the richest man in the world, and he's done that through business. So if he's going to give me a business lesson, I'm going to listen to him, and I suggest that you listen to him as well. But if you can't listen to him, at least listen to my interpretation of it and how I am able to articulate that. So I am going to come over to the laptop here now. And for the sake of this, now this story is based on a personal anecdote of myself, of my own, but I want this to be able to relate to most people who are watching as well. So let's say, for example, first of all, I'll base this off myself. I work in lead generation. So service is lead generation. Make that a bit bigger for everyone to see. So service is lead generation. What does lead generation actually do? It generates leads, generates inquiries for a business. So I'll do this just in text. Generates leads and inquiries for a business. And this solves a problem. This is great. There is value in lead generation because you're solving the problem of actually getting inquiries and getting more people into the business and knowing about the service. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about lead generation. The way that most people run this is that they will do Facebook ad campaign and they'll direct people. Sorry, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually do, yep, there we go. So Facebook ad campaign to a lead form where people can fill out their details. They can give you their name and number, and you can ring them up and say, "Hey, we noticed you showed interest," and try and book them in for the service that way. And then obviously, ideally, the next step is that you would actually convert them. So conversion to customer. And on paper, in theory, all of those things are great. You're able to solve the problem. But this is where the personal anecdote comes in. I have found that generating the leads through a lead form or whatever it may be is only one step of the journey. You're able to generate leads and you're able to generate contacts. I'll go back to what I said. To understand business, you need to understand what is business. To understand leads, you need to understand what a lead is as well. And a lead is just someone that you can contact about your service, about your product, about your business, whatever it is that it may be. And yeah, you can contact them, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're ready to just start waving their cash at you or start banging the card on the table. How do we actually get someone from just being someone that we can contact to being a real customer, to being a real interested prospect? And the basis of this, I'll do another quick diagram here. So ideally, to get someone to actually consider your service valuable, you want to be able to bridge a gap between where they are now and where they want to be. So if we put this as current situation, And if I make over here desired situation, a valuable service will inevitably bridge the gap. Just pretend this is a bridge, guys, okay? It'll bridge the gap between the current situation and the desired situation. So we'll do service. And I'll make that a bit bigger. A valuable service is able to solve the problem of getting someone from their current situation to their desired situation with as little effort, as little time as possible for on the client's end. They don't want to be given in too much effort, too much time. Then they will consider a service like that valuable. Something that I have personally found, is that, let's say we can break this up a bit further. I'm gonna erase my perfect bridge just for now, guys, if you don't mind. I know, I'm sorry. So, current situation, move that out of the way. Sorry, situation, and I'm gonna zoom out a bit just for the sake of this. If I move that down, something that I have found is that lead generation is only one step of the way. Yeah, you can do lead generation, and where is the pencil? You can do lead generation, and it'll maybe take you a certain level of the way. You'll get close to bridging the gap, but it won't actually completely solve the problem. And it solves the problem of generating leads, but you actually need to be able to go ahead and convert them and turn them into paying customers. And as you can see here, there is still a long distance that hasn't been filled by the lead generation. Where does this come into the title of the video with regards to actually getting good at business and actually building a valuable service? Some people can look at this and they can say, oh, well, that's not my problem. We only agreed to do lead gen. So I'm just going to take my payment and I'm going to ride off into the sunset because I did what I was supposed to do. How do I like drawing a Miro? I love it. I love it. Send. So where was I? People can take that and they can say, oh, well, we agreed we do lead gen. We did lead gen. We generated leads and that's it. And they'd leave it there. But if you want to create something that is actually valuable, you want it to be able to bridge the entire gap between current situation and desired situation, not just a part of it. As you can see here, you want to be able to go ahead and make up that entire gap. And how do you actually do this? Lead generation is just making someone that you can contact, to turn them into a prospect, to turn them into someone who's seriously interested. You need to be able to nurture them. Because here's the thing, guess what? You might be, we'll take for example, I work alongside mortgage advisors. If we take a mortgage advisor and we generate a lead, guess what? There's 50 other mortgage advisors who are doing mortgages as well. Why are they going to go with you just because they saw you on a Facebook ad? Do you think because they filled out a form that they're ready to dive into the biggest line of credit they're ever going to be in with you just because of a post that they saw on Facebook? No, that's not going to happen. But there are still things that you can implement to actually make that person be willing to go ahead and do that. It can look in the form of content creation, actually nurturing them with a long form and short form content strategy over a longer time period, email sequences, actually following up with leads, providing them value, providing them insights. And then if you really wanted to go a step further, obviously you could go ahead and implement actual sales closing as well. You'll generate the leads, you will nurture them over time, and then you will close them on behalf of the client, just leaving the service up to them. So they're essentially able to get clients on autopilot, all because of the service that you provided. Now, that is so much more valuable to a client that you want to work with than saying, oh, well, I'll get you a load of names and a load of numbers and we'll leave it at that. But imagine you could take those names and numbers, build them up, build up their confidence in the company and the brand over time, and go ahead and close them on behalf of the client. So all that they have to do is just carry out the service as normal. It is literally taking clients on, it's taking leads on autopilot and putting them into the business as paying customers. That's so much more valuable of a service because it is money in the bank for your clients and they'll be willing to pay you more upfront for a service like that. So yeah, guys, I hope all of that makes sense. You want to be able to go ahead and bridge the whole gap. This can look like whatever it is that you want. If I take the text tool, we can do content nurturing, email. Think of something else, guys. Closing the leads, closing leads, to actually go ahead and put money in the bank. But yeah, it's just about solving problems. Generating the leads solves the problem of lead generation, but now you have the problem of how do I get these leads interested in the service. You want to go ahead and solve that problem as well, be it through content, be it through emails. Whenever you've got them interested, there's still another problem that they haven't yet paid you the money. Going ahead and closing those leads on behalf of the client is solving that problem as well. And you're able to bridge the entire gap between their current situation and desired situation, which is not having money and obviously having more money coming into the business. And that is where real value comes in. And it's from solving problems. It's from solving multiple problems all at once with essentially zero effort on your client's behalf. So yeah, guys, I hope that this was a valuable lesson. I hope that it helps you guys with your service moving forward, even if it isn't necessarily just in lead generation. You can take this into a different industry and just apply the same mental framework. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.